Torah Garden, speaking the absolute truth. Torah Nation.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Yashar'el and Yehudah, grafted in Gentiles into the body of Mashiach. Hear ye, we the people of the book broadcast. It's going down on this Shabbat, yes. Warning Yashar'el and Yehudah, they need to wake up, come out of the darkness and into the light. Warning them they must be born again of the water and the Ruach HaKodesh. They need to get in this witness. Listening to none other than the Anaqiym Hezekiah. Song is entitled Freedom's Win 4.5. Listen, I don't own the rights to this music. Get ready for the great reveal. Yahuwah's calling his people to wake up. Calling them to be quickened by his Ruach HaKodesh. Calling them to leave Babylon, escape, exit stage left. We trying to get to the land. Listen, Yahuwah has called us to cry loud and to spare not, to lift up our voice like a trumpet in Zion, to warn Yashar'el and Yehudah. Get ready. Abba Yahuwah, I give you praise right now for your Ruach HaKodesh. You said, from my belly shall flow rivers of living water. Abba Yahuwah, I trust in the Ruach HaKodesh to take the reins of my lips and the reins of my tongue and rein. Abba, I believe that in your Ruach HaKodesh, I am not going to cause anyone to stumble, anyone to be turned out of the way, anyone to come up lame. Abba Yahuwah, I pray right now in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, taking authority in the Eretz against all unclean Ruach, every Ruach of distraction, every perverse Ruach, every incubus, every succubus, every demonic entity that is trying to distract, affect the mind, the body, the flesh, trying to hinder the people of Yahuwah from receiving the word, those that you have caused, and I bind you now in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. I command you to cease in your maneuvers and activity. No weapon formed against the people of Yahuwah shall prosper. Yahuwah has delivered us in righteousness and in truth, and we are his people, and those that he has chosen are chosen to receive his word. Abba Yahuwah, I pray right now in the name of Yeshua Mashiach that you would honor your word as you have declared in the Shamayim. Abba, I pray right now in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach that the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart would be acceptable in thy sight. Abba Yahuwah, I pray that your word would be strengthened, lights, lamps. In the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, I pray. Hallelujah. Man of Yah, woman of Yah, listen, it's over. The verdict is in. The judgment is rendered, right? It is just a matter of time before this whore comes tumbling down. Listen, this whore, Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, United Snakes of America, is going down. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Get ready for the great reveal. Listen, there are some things that are about to be revealed. Yahuwah is about to do some things. Yahuwah is making provision. He has already set in motion the ways out for the people of Yahuwah from this nation, this wicked place that is going to be destroyed. Listen, get ready. But you must understand this. Only those who have been born again of the water and of the Ruach HaKodesh are going to hear his voice. Only those who are in this witness are going to be moved in obedience to comply. Only those who have received the Ruach HaKodesh, the water and the blood, are going to make it. Listen, our people are stiff-necked, stubborn, and rebellious. And Yahuwah has called me to cry loud unto you and warn you that you need to turn to this witness and turn from your stubbornness, from your rebellion, from your failure to hear receive Yahushua's witness. It's over now. Man of Yah, woman of Yah, listen, you need to understand what Yahuwah has done. It's complete. Yahushua has done the work. The things are set in motion. Time is moving forward. Listen, this whore has to fall. This United Snakes of America has to fall. It has to fall to judgment. Listen, this whore has to be destroyed before all else is destroyed. Yahushua has to fulfill his word. Listen, Yahuwah has to fulfill his word. Now listen, understand something, right? You got to come out from this stubborn, rebellious, stiff-necked attitude, right? You got to come out from under that and get into the witness, right? Listen, your forefathers have demonstrated unto us, they born a record of activities that we have from Genesis to Revelations, right? From Yashar'el to Jubilees to Enoch, from Ecclesiasticus down to all the rest of the epics of the Apocryphas, the books of the Apocryphas. Listen, there is a record of demonstration that we need to take and value. Our forefathers were diabolical. Our forefathers were stubborn. They were stiff-necked, right? They were stubborn and stiff-necked at the time in which Yahuwah had delivered them out of Mitzrayim. He did not deliver them because they were righteous. He delivered them because he had a promise that he had to fulfill with Avraham, Yitschaq, and Yaakov. They were stiff-necked. They were rebellious. They were rebellious as after Moshe left Mitzrayim at the age of 19 years old, and when Aaron told the people they needed to return and come into the obedience of Yahuah, the El of their fathers, they rebelled and said they will not. It's over now. It's over now. Listen, Yahuwah is waking up his people. Those that he is going to quicken are going to come from this awakening into the quickening, and they are going to be established men and women for his kingdom. They are going to escape the judgment of Babylon. They are going to escape the judgments that are going to fall on the rest of these nations. They're going to escape the persecution because it's over now. It's over now. It's over for Babylon. Listen, it's over. All of those who are in Yahushua's witness are going to escape the judgment that's coming to Babylon. See, they ain't going to be stiff-necked. They ain't going to be stubborn. Right? Listen, man of y'all, woman of y'all. This awakening is a wonderful thing. Right? Because, it is brought to the attention of the world. Right? Who the true people are. And some people are stubborn and stiff-necked and rebellious and refuse to receive the truth. Right? But then there's we who are a people who receive the fact that we understand through history, right? Through DNA, right? That we are the people of you. You understand this? Our DNA can't hide that fact. We are the people of you. Our markers reflect our divinity. Our markers suggest that we are a different people. Right. But listen. Even in that, you still got to be born again. You still got to be born again, the water, Ruach HaKodesh. You still have to come under the atonement of Yahushua Mashiach. It's over now. It's over now. It's over now. Listen, it's over. See, listen, we can rejoice in this witness. Right? 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 Because we aren't rebelling against Torah. We ain't rebelling against the plan and the purpose of you. Right. We are not tossed about by every wind of doctrine. We have Yahuwah's Ruach HaKodesh, and the Ruach HaKodesh teaches us all things that Yahuwah wants us to know. All things that he feels or deems necessary that we understand in the Ruach HaKodesh. Hallelujah. Listen, we're not stiff-necks. We don't choose to be stiff-necked. We don't choose to be rebellious. Right? We have an experienced consciousness change. Our consciousness of sin has been removed. Right? We now bear in our bodies the seed of Yahuwah through faith, emunah, and Yahushua HaMashiach's witness. We are of his kingdom, his domain, his dominion. Right? Therefore, Hasatan can't do anything to us. They can give us any deadly thing and it won't hurt us. Because we born again. We have his Ruach on the inside of us. He's realigned, restructured. He's sanctified. He's justified our DNA ladder. You know, they could try to force some Maxine, Aberdeen, Claudine on you, but listen, it's over now. It's over now. See, because we in a witness. Right? We born again. It's over now. Right? Now, for you who are stubborn and stiff-necked and rebellious, it's going to be over for you because you're going to be destroyed in Babylon. If you're in Babylon. Right? If you're in Babylon, when destruction falls on Babylon, guess what? It's over now. See, you may be in Babylon, and it's over now. But you may be in Mexico, right? Because you can see what happens in Babylon. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come to you because you're not Babylon, right? You're not the daughter of Babylon, right? South America, you know, you'll be able to see the destruction, right? Because it's going to reach up to the... But you know, it ain't going to be over for you just then. Hear the word of Yahuwah. Babylon, the daughter, the harlot, has to fall. It ain't gonna be over for Europe right then, you know, because you know you still got the beast that's got to establish his kingdom, set up his system, right? He's got to do his thing, and then you gotta have the witnesses, the two witnesses that's got to come. Yeah. But see, this whore, she has to fall. This whore has to fall. This whore has got to be put down. Yeah, it's got to be put down. This whore is a lame horse. Right. This whore is a lame horse. A lame horse can't do anything anymore like a horse that's not lame. So, you know, in the old days, they used to put him down. You know, I mean, he was in pain. He couldn't stand up, bear stuff up. You know, he would never be able to... You rebellious, stiff-necked people, right? You're going to be pounded in the powder. Yeah. You who want to remain in Babylon and hunker down and dig in. See, I know like some of y'all ain't going to like this. I mean, just ain't going to like this because, you know, it goes against everything you want to believe and you rebel. You rebel against the truth. You know, some of y'all just bought new houses. You know, some of y'all, you done made investments in property in the United States. Right. Sell. Because listen. You better get in this witness. Understand something. Babylon is falling. Listen, this wicked nation is not going to let you succeed. Listen, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Once these people understand who you are, listen, they trying to hide your history. They trying to hide the history of the United Snakes of America. They don't want the world to see it uncovered for what it really is. They gonna do anything they need to do to stop that. They'll separate from one part of the United States to the other. You gonna have two ruling governments, presidents. Oh, listen, they gonna do whatever it takes. They're trying to hide to conceal this. They've spent millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, trillions of dollars to hide this information. The whole northern eugenics movement. The extent to which they went to destroy the history. They set ablaze Timbuktu. They didn't want anybody to get this history. They didn't want anybody to know who they really were. But see, Yahuah knows who they are, right? Yahuah knows who they are. Yahuah knows who their descendants are, right? Right? He knows who they are, right? He knows exactly who they are, right? Psalms 83, right? No, it's not Psalms 83. No, that's not Psalms 83. That's not even Psalms 83. Psalms 83. He says, keep not thou silent, O Yahuah, and hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Eluah. Right? Psalms 83 and 1. Why? For lo, your enemies, these who have conspired to hide the identity, these who have aspired to kill and destroy and to eliminate. Right? Look, listen, look up. Tell you exactly what to look up. And I put it in my last YouTube, right? Put it in the last YouTube, right? I did. Put it into the last YouTube. Search, look up, how eugenics erased black history. Look that up on YouTube. It's like an hour and some time long. Listen, right? You may have to stop it, take a break, and listen to it again. Because I don't listen to it once or twice, and I'm probably going to listen to it several more times. Actually, the person who's done this has done several different things in reference to how the United Snakes of America has worked in conjunction with these other nations to hide the identity of the people of Yahuah. How they have sought to, this whole Hitler idea of this Aryan race that he was trying to promote wasn't his idea. That came from the United Snakes of America. Margaret Sanger helped them along with that. Listen, they are diabolical, right? Take the time to listen. I'm going to put it again in the description. But it's how eugenics erased black history. This is how Dawid says it. For lo, the second verse, thine enemies have made a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Right? For they have come and said, and they have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. Right? Specifically, let's cut these Negroes off from being a nation. Let's eliminate. Let's eradicate. Right? right? We know that in the United States of America, they try to eradicate us, right? Eugenics, right? It was eugenics at the beginning, but it ended up getting changed to genome or DNA research, genomes kind of thing. Yes, genomes, right? But anyway, eugenics, right? It looked to eliminate, sterilize, and kill the black race. They experimented on our people, right, to determine what the outcome is should anything happen to their people. They referred to us as children. We had the mental capacity of children. We who were inventors and creators and developers, right? Us who they took our inventions, our strides of progress, those things that made the difference, and they put them to themselves. They took the rights of it. They established the patented things, so that, when they could just take it over. And then they said they did it. They looked at us as feeble. They tried to convince the world that we were feeble. They used images, projections. To just destroy us. To wipe us off the face of the earth. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Your people. Yashar'el and Yahuah. Right? And consulted against thy hidden ones. Right? Right? They have said, come let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yashar'el may be no more in remembrance. Let's devise a scheme that we can implement over time through the people of our lineage. It's interesting because, even if you look at Hollywood, right? Hollywood actors, right, are the actors of the actors of the actors. There's several generations of stars and actors because they've made covenants. There's no new upstarts. These people are attached to people who are attached to people who are attached to people that have covenants. The idea is to cut you off from being a people. He says, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee, right? Now, who are these people? They're confederate against us. Edom, Esau, right? Right? The Ishmaelites, these are descendants of Avraham. Cousins, brothers. Avraham, cousins, descendants, same family. Moabites, Lot's descendants, right? The Hagareans, Gebal, Ammon, Amalek, Philistia, the inhabitants of Tyre, Ashur, all of these people have conspired. All of these people make up those that are warring against the children of Yashar'el. These people help fund. They help fund eugenics. Help fund eugenics. Help to reshape history by their foundations, their financial contributions. These oil barons, these philanthropists, with one goal in mind, is to establish a superior race of people and to eliminate everyone else, especially giving specific attention to the nation of Yashar'el. You can't get away from, you can't remain in this daughter of Babylon and survive after Yahuah has made provisions for you to leave. You will fall under the judgment of this wicked whore. She has caused the nations to drink of her fornication. You are going to be judged with her. Babylon's falling. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Oh yeah, they gonna know. You gonna know. You gonna know. Right? So our people, our fathers, were always rebellious. After Yahuah, after Yaakov, the death of Yaakov and the patriarchs, the fathers of the 12 tribes, we became stiff-necked. We became stubborn. We became rebellious. We wanted to be like the Egyptians. We wanted to learn about Ra and Asteris and all these Egyptian deities. We wanted to worship the calf. You know, on the continent, there are tribes that consider the urine of cows sacred. And when a cow pees, they wash with it. I'm not saying all Africa, but there's tribes, right? It's not that which goeth in a man that defiles a man, it's that which comes out of the man, right? Excrement is defiled. You can't drink excrement. You can't bathe in excrement. It is unclean, right? You got people on the continent of Africa that worship cows. Cows, sacred animal. They ain't gonna eat the cow for meat. The cow gonna eat food that they need. He gonna just lounge around and just be a cow. You know, it's interesting too, because, people, other nations and countries value certain things way more than others, right? Point example, right? Dogs are esteemed amongst the European culture more than the African culture. Right? Granted, now, you know, I love a good working dog. I understand the nature of dogs. Dogs were protectors. Dogs were scavengers. Dogs weren't clean animals. A dog will eat its own vomit. Right? Right? A dog is not a clean animal. Right? And if you don't give attention to its bathing habits, right, it won't be a clean animal. For me, a dog serves a purpose. Right? Right? If I feed you, right, right, I expect your service. I expect you to warn me when there's an intruder. I expect you to defend and assist me because I compensate you, right, with food. And I compensate you with a pet. You know, like petting you, right? I don't go over the top. I don't go over the top. I don't do anything over the top with dogs. I love dogs, right? I love what they can provide and what they can do and what they can offer, right? Right. But he's still a dog. Dogs are scavengers. They eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table. They eat what they can catch. Dogs aren't domesticated. Originally on the continent, they served a purpose. Dogs weren't put into the beds. They weren't, you know, spent the time outside the tent. They weren't in the tent. Because, you know, dogs, they carry parasites. You know, it's natural for them to get fleas. Right? Because, you know, they're out and about. Right? Fleas find their coats a desirable place to be. Right? If your dog gets infested with fleas, wherever he goes, the fleas go. If your dog gets fleas and he comes in the house, guess what? You're going to fleas in the house. You know, you gotta buy these collars. He sprays these lotions. Right? All of these different things that you gotta do. Right? The perception is that these animals are occupying this space and time with you because you choose to bring them into that place. Into my culture, you know, dogs. You got a purpose. You know, I got a mastiff, Fila, Blossom, female. I bought her because she has a super high suspicion level. She don't make friends. I don't want a dog that go make friends. I want a dog to understand that there's no need for you to be in a place where you feel like there's a threat as long as I'm here. If I'm here, there's no threat. So cut the behavior. My dogs are trained. Dogs don't eat until I tell them to eat. My dogs sit and stay when I tell them to sit and stay. People have this idea, this understanding of things. they put emphasis on things. They allow themselves to believe a thing in spite of the original purpose of that thing. Why did I get off in the dogs? I gotta understand the nature of a dog. A dog without the dominion of his master is going to do what he wants to do. A dog without supervision, strong leadership, is going to do what he wants to do. He's going to rule you. He's going to rule your house because he's stubborn. He's stiff-necked. He's going to do what he wants to do. See, in my culture, you know, when I was growing up, dog didn't do what he wanted to do. He did what you told him to do. And then when he didn't do what you told him to do, he received the correction. You know, and I trained dogs, so dogs receive corrections on leash. If I say sit and you don't sit, no, sit. I don't believe in treats. I don't sweeten the discipline in order for you to discipline, in order for you to comply. That's the reason for correction. The behavior has to be corrected. Dogs are stubborn. Stiff-necked. Yashar'el and Yahuah, you're stubborn. Stiff-necked. Yahuah has to discipline. He ain't gonna discipline you with treats. He's gonna provide a correction. See, but you know, this is the thing about being stubborn. And Yahuah's plan. It's gonna cause you to die. See, because stubborn and stiff-necked people do not survive. Because they know everything. Right? Let's look at stiff-necked's definition. Stiff-necked is an adjective, right? It means haughty, high-minded, right? Stubborn. You know, dogs are stubborn. They don't like to comply, right? See, my mastiff, right? I can give her a command, she gonna comply. And if she don't, she gonna get corrected. Because it's not open for her interpretation. The command is the same all the time, it's consistent. That's what you do. If you don't do it, you get corrected. See, my wife though, she believed in telling the dog to sit like 6 times. Sit, sit, sit. No. To me, it's sit. She can tell by my voice that that's what she needs to do. Complies automatically. My wife, she avoids. She's stubborn. She runs around, spins around, trying to get her mother to quit. And I get tired of it, right? I get tired of it, and I'd be like, no, sit. Boom. Because they take me serious. They understand that with my command, if I don't comply, there comes a correction. Because that's what you have to understand. You don't do what you want to do. You can't be stubborn. See, but our fathers were stubborn. You know, here you got Yahuah that takes the stubborn people, right? Demonstrates his power against all the else of Mitzrayim. Shows himself superior in all areas, right? All areas. Then there was the 3 days of darkness before the final judgment of the firstborn. And you had these people that said, well, no, we're not going into the wilderness. Right? We're not going into a place that's foreign to us. We're not going into a place that's foreign to us. We're not going to starve in the wilderness. Hebrews. We're not going in to there with you. We're not following you out of Mitzrayim. Stubborn. Stiff-necked. Then came the days of darkness. 3 days. Couldn't do nothing, couldn't go nowhere, couldn't see nothing. Once the darkness came, it came all of a sudden, and you literally had to stay where you were for 3 days. If you were walking, you had to sit down. If you were sitting down, you had to stay sitting. If you was in the bed, you had to lay down, stay there. Because you literally couldn't see, you literally couldn't see in front of you. There was no light. Now, mind you, in this darkness, the ears and the ears and the hearing is heightened. And then, you can feel, right? You can feel in darkness, right? Then these brews, they started to be tormented. And Yahuah killed them. Because they wanted to be stiff-necked and stubborn. Killed them. And then the people gathered up the dead bodies and buried them so the Mitzrayimites couldn't see that Yahuah's judgment had fallen on his people as well. They didn't want the Mitzrayim to get any kind of motivation behind this. Stubborn. Yahuah had them to kill a lamb and put the blood on the doorpost, Pesach. Didn't change their hearts. They were still stubborn. They got up the next day and left Egypt. Got to the Jordan River and were stubborn. Or got to the Red Sea and was stubborn. Murmuring and complaining. He took them to the Red Sea. Sprinkled clean water on them. Baptized them. Came out of the water rejoicing, Miriam with the tambourine playing. Get to Mount Sinai. Moses go up to the mountain in 40 days. Aaron, we can't do this. We haven't seen this man, Yahuah, in 40 days. Man of Yahuah, we ain't seen him in 40 days. We need you to make an Elohim. Make Elohim for us. It's always stiff-necked, stubborn, rebellious, defiant. Let's look at Exodus. Let's look at Exodus 32. Exodus 32. Started first verse. And when the people saw that Moshe delayed to come down from the mountain, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, Make us gods, right? Which shall go before us. For this Moshe, the man that brought us up out of the land of Mitzrayim, we don't know what happened to him. We don't know what's become of him. It's been 40 days. Moshe fasting, receiving instruction, eating no food, drinking no water before you, having Yahuah carve out the sapphire stones, the Torah, right? And all the people broke off the gold earrings which were worn in the ears, and they brought them to Aaron, and he received at their hands and fashioned it with a graven tool, right? After he had made a molten calf and said, These thy gods of Yashar'el, which brought you out of the land of Israel. Now, this is the irony, right? Now, you know, Aaron understood because he was given instructions from his forefathers, not far removed, right? That he had a responsibility as a Levitical priest. We see this, right? When Moshe was leaving and fleeing Mitzrayim at the age of 18, I think it was 18 or 19, 18, right? The scripture says, and Aaron, right, proceeded to warn the people to turn to the Yahuah of their fathers, but they refused and went to serve the elves of Mitzrayim. Stiff-necked. Rebellious. Not like Avraham, who believed Yahuah. He was king and priest. He was the one that was established as the priest of his family. He presented the offerings of atonement, first fruits, all of it. And he was king over his kingdom, over those that made up his house, the servants and the descendants. And where he went, they went. He taught. Yitschaq went with him, so did Ishmael, when he went to offer sacrifices. Because it was what he did. Presented the Torah to his sons. Yitschaq, he learned more. Ishmael, he got removed. Yitschaq developed in the Torah of his father. He understood the need to offer sacrifice. He understood the need to maintain this atonement. He said, passed it down to Yaakov. Called for Levi and Judah. Bless Levi and Yehudah. Bless Levi with the priesthood. Yehudah with the kingship. The leadership, the rulership. To the point where they went into Mitzrayim and they passed away. They passed it on to their sons. You can read the testaments of the patriarchs and how they left the word to their descendants that were to pass them on to their descendants. But you got Avraham. Making an idol for a rebellious people. So you got to understand, rebellion runs deep. Rebellion is, with rebellion and stubbornness and stiff-neckedness is come as a result of the fall. It's come because Adam and Yahuah chose to violate Torah, entering into an agreement with Hasatan, right, that brought them under his dominion. Sin passed on to his seed. The consciousness of sin permeated the line. 1,000 years later, Yahuah had to destroy it again. But see, the nature of sin still abided in those that he had delivered. You have to understand. The sin nature facilitates. The sin nature consciousness facilitates your stubbornness. See, because you got to understand, sin affects your nefesh. Your nefesh is that emotional a part of you that is affected. It causes you to move a certain way. Your sin will cause you to, your emotions will lead you into fear. Your emotions will lead you into anger. Your emotions will lead you into jealousy. Your emotions will cause you to be stubborn. Your emotions will put you in a place of high-mindedness, of haughtiness. That was your forefathers. Your forefathers. Your forefathers did. What did Avraham do? When Aaron saw, he built and and he received at their hands and fashioned it with a graven tool, this Levi, this priest, after he had made it a molten calf. And they said, these thy gods, O Yashar'el, which brought thee up out of the land of Mitzrayim. These are your elves, right? These are your elves, right? That brought thee up out of the land of Mitzrayim, right? No. I want to read it in the CEPHER. I'll read the same thing in the CEPHER. Exodus 32. Verse 3. He says, and all the people broke off their golden earrings which were in their ears and brought them to El-Haran. And he received them at their hands and fashioned it with a graven tool. After he had made it a molten calf, and he said, and they said, these be your Elohim, O Yashar'el, which brought you up out of the land of Mitzrayim. Right? And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar. So when Aaron seen it, he built an altar. And Aaron made proclamation. See, because your sinful, stiff-necked, conscious self will make you do things and say things, right? Right? They'll make you do things and say things, right? Okay, what's a proc? What's a proclamation? What's a proclamation? An action of proclaiming. A state of being proclaimed. Proclaiming something. An official form public announcement. Proclamation. Right? The noun, the act of proclaiming. Something proclaimed. So what is the declaration? What's the proclamation? Right? What's the proclamation? Right? What's the proclamation? And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it, and Aaron made proclamation, right? And said, tomorrow is the feast of Yahuah. He made an altar for this El. And he attached it to Yahuwah's feast. See, stubbornness, haughtiness, right? That which is attached to stiff-neckedness will cause you to make proclamations, that are diabolical. Tomorrow, a feast of Yahuah, right? Tomorrow, a feast of Yahuah, right? And they rose up early on the morrow, and they offered and scenting smoke offerings. They sacrifices. And the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. Right? So to eat and to drink and to roll, they rose up to play. Right? They rose up to play. Right? What's that Hebrew word for play? Right? Now, it's to laugh, to mock, to play, to laugh, to jest, to sport. Right? To make sport, to toy with, to make a toy of. Right? What were they toying with? One another. What were they making sport with? One another. They was worshiping in the manner in which they have received from Mitzrayim. Right? And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, go get you down, for your people, which I have brought, for your people, which you brought out of the land of Mitzrayim, have corrupted themselves. Right? They have turned aside quickly. Why? Because they were stiff-necked and stubborn. It was not in them to do righteousness. But yet still they had to have a Torah of accountability. They had to have a standard to be weighed on. They had to have a schoolmaster. They had to have something that would show them they're wrong. And they turned aside quickly out of the way, which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed unto it, and said, These be Elohim of Yashar'el, which have brought you up out of the land of Mitzrayim. Right? And Yahuah said unto Moshe, I have seen this people, and behold, it is stiff-necked. Right? Stiff-necked. I've seen this people. I've seen these people, they're stiff-necked. Right? I've seen these people. And they are stiff-necked. Right? Right? I've seen these people. And they are cruel. Stiff-necked.
Strong's H, 7186. Kasher.
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 Their head is like flint.
Second entry. Kasha.
Kasha. Kasher. Kasha. Their head is like flint. They're hard. Their heart is stone. Their nefesh is stone. They're cruel. They're cruel. Listen. I told you before I was watching this Anaqiym abuse this woman verbally because she asked him a question that challenged him. He used profanity, holding the Torah, calling her out of her name, making fun of her and mocking her. Stiff-necked, stubborn, rebellious, stiff-necked, hard, cruel, severe, obstinate. Can't take correction from her. She's Jezebel. Don't know nothing about this woman. Jezebel. When Yahuah comes, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. What? What? Cruel. Severe. Obstinate, hard, difficult, fierce, stubborn. Right? Stubborn. Right? Now, therefore, let me alone, that my wrath may wax against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make you a great nation. Right? Yahuah. Yahuah killed over 3,000 of them. Had them destroyed. Moshe put the swords in the hands of the priest. The Levitical family. And all those that didn't want to choose Yahuah's side, they killed. 3,000. Yahuah tells us to escape Babylon, right? Flee Babylon, right? Don't be partakers in her destruction, because it's coming. Don't get comfortable here. Don't establish this as your home, because this ain't your home. truth be told, we should be renting. We'll have our house so paid for that when we sell it, we get something from it so we can go. Stiff-necked, stubborn. We don't want to leave Egypt. Stiff-necked and stubborn. What did you bring us out here to die, Moshe? We was eating good in Egypt. We ain't got no water. How we gonna survive without water out here, Moshe? You brought us out here to die. Stubborn. How we gonna survive on the continent? We can't even speak the language. They don't like us. We don't belong there. Stubborn. Why would I go to the continent? I don't mind visiting and having a vacation, but I don't want to live there. I may go there for a few months out of the year and then go back home. I want to be in America. Stubborn. See, because you no. Gotta understand that, right? This is your nature. You're stubborn because you're yet in your sense. You're stubborn because you yet have the influence of sin consciousness. You are yet stiff-necked because you haven't received the witness, and you're not disciplined in this Ruach life. You don't have the Ruach HaKodesh leading you and guiding you all true. Because if you was hearing the voice of Yahuah and had his Ruach HaKodesh, you would already know it's time to go. It's time to go. You know, you have to read the handwriting on the wall. Hear ye. Get ready for the great reveal. It's time to go. Babylon is fallen. This whore, this diabolical, wicked, skank whore is going down. In her filthiness. In her pornonia. Pumping pornonia in the schools. Forcing our kids to have to learn pornonia. See, because, this is what they do. This is how they brought us into that bondage. This is how they caused us, Yashar'el and Yahudah, to lose focus and touch on who we were. Putting us through their educational systems. Right? Making us get degrees. Right. Growing up, man, in high school, you could learn a trade. Learn to be an electrician, could learn to be a plumber, could learn to be a carpenter in high school. And then you can go off into a trade tech school, and not long after that, you can be working in a profession. But they took that out of schools. Because too many of those young black people were getting educated. My dad was an electrician, and if the truth be told, I probably should have studied. I should have became a licensed electrician, right? Well, my dad did. My dad worked for Kodak. He was a delivery man. He was a delivery. He worked as a delivery guy, delivery man, right? And then he got a job working at Eastman Kodak. Right? My dad, he was a young man, right? And, it was Christmas Eve. Power went out in the house. He had to call an electrician. Electrician charged him $100 to change fuse. My dad was like, what? $100 to change fuse? He said, I need to be doing that. Dad went to school to become an electrician. Trade school. He worked with a licensed contractor, a licensed electrician. I think the guy's name was Cy Mays. Worked with him, studied under him, learned it, became a licensed electrician. I got the plaque here. I got my father's plaque here. Weldon J. Walker Jr., licensed electrician. Turned my dad's life around financially. No longer delivering and doing all that stuff. He was a licensed electrician. He was making money. He was getting paid. Listen, my dad was a licensed electrician. He would do work, contract work on the side, you know, and I'd go in and I'd help him, you know, and he'd give me $200 a day. I'm 12, 13 years old, 14 years old. He paid me. I helped pull wires. I helped screw on receptacles. He showed me what to do, how to do it, and I did it. I was like almost a second pair of hands, but I was still young. You know, never experienced one time he was in the box and he was screwing a screw in, and that screwdriver slipped and it went off like the 4th of July in that basement. I'm like, oh, no, I ain't doing that. I'm done. The end of the tip of the screwdriver was all melted, man. I was like, oh, no, I ain't doing that. Right? And I did. I was like, I was done. I was wrapped. I knew I was doing electrical work. I didn't mind doing a little stuff on the side with him, but I wasn't doing that because I wanted to risk my life slipping into some boxes and getting electrocuted. I wasn't feeling that. Then later on in life, when I got married, moved to Florida, needed a job, Yahuah gave me a job working as an electrician, an apprentice. Probably should have stayed with it. I would have been a licensed electrician right along it now. The company that got hired me, you know, I went in for an interview. He got to talk to me and said, why should I hire you? I said, well, you know, first of all, you're going to be blessed because I'm a man of Yahuah, and I'm going to give you 100%. But anything that you do for me, it's going to be a blessing to you. Man looked at me like I was crazy. But that's what I told him. He hired me. And his business prospered. So much so that when he seen that I was walking to work, he gave me a car. This man was getting contracts left and right. I was going from site to site, ended up going to a Sam's Club. We was working in the Sam's Club. We had a whole Sam's Club contract. Yeah. I learned. They didn't want us to learn. They took it from us. They wanted to keep us under. Took a lot of things from us. The WIC program. That was started by us. They took it. Daycare. They took it. After school care. They took it. All the things that we thought about and came up with, they took it. People. Stiffnecked. In the lands of our captivity. Stiffnecked. Suffering under the hands of those who have conspired against us because we're stiff-necked. Crucified a Mashiach because they were stiff-necked. Then become born again because they were stiff-necked. We have Moshe as our father. He says, you're not children of our Moshe, because if you were, you'd be rejoicing to see me. Excuse me. You would be rejoicing for my day had you been Avraham seed. Stiff-necked. Stubborn. Our fathers. Right? And it says, And they have turned aside quickly out of the way which I have commanded them. They have made them a molten calf. They have worshipped it. They have sacrificed unto it, saying, These be the Elohas of Yisrael, which have brought us out of the land of Mitzrayim. And Yahuah said unto Moshe, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. And I'm ready to destroy them. See, Yahuah is merciful, man. Yahuah is so merciful. Because even when we were yet in sin, right, driven by sin consciousness, Yahuah sent Yahushua HaMashiach to redeem Yisrael. Because, make no mistake about it, the covenant was with Yisrael. Right? It was with the 12 tribes. See, because the 12 tribes were to be that tribe, there was that people that represented Yahuah in the Eretz. They were going to be the cut above all the other nations and tribes and kingdoms and all the elves that they worshipped. They were his. The aqov was his. Here, you're a father. You father some kids and they're rebellious. They don't want to listen to you. They want to go their own way. They don't even know which way to go, but they want to go their own way. They want to do it. They want to do it their way. What? Much more than this. I did it my way. Please. Our way never works. Our way has never worked. It's interesting, man, because, every man seems to be right in his own eyes. Right? The end is destruction. Right? Every man thinks he's right. Right? In his own understanding. Right? Governed by his emotions. Dictated to by his nefesh, caused to have these self-talk conversations with Hasatan that convinces him in a deceptive way that somehow he's right, somehow she's right. Well, I've been thinking about this in my head, and I just know I'm right. No Ruach of Yahuah. No understanding of clarity of Torah. They're right. Every man seems to be right the way he thinks. Stiff-necked, stubborn. See, Yashar'el and Yehuda, you were a people that belonged to Yahuah. These other nations didn't belong to Yahuah. Yahuah didn't even care about these other nations like that. Listen, grafted in Gentiles, brothers and sisters, Yahuah loved you enough and has chosen you from amongst your nations because he chose you. Right? 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 You weren't a part of his program originally. See, because originally you were content with your own house. It wasn't until the witness of Yahushua Mashiach presented itself to you. Or it wasn't until you seen the example and the demonstration of Yahuwah's power and his demonstration of his might against your nation that you turned to him and said, wow, this L is something serious. Either we gonna get with him or we gonna get stepped under him. Your L's wasn't doing it. Your L's wasn't doing it. Kadar! Shut up, Kadar! Shut up! Your El wasn't doing it. Your L's weren't doing it. It's my Kadar. She gets a certain way. See, I'm here all day, right? But it's not until her mother comes. She calls her mother. Till Penny comes home, she starts acting up. She just came in. But I'm about to shut her down. This is not how this program goes. Like I told you. Different strokes. Right? Hold it yourself. Yeah, I do apologize. It requires a sternness. Nothing. Stubborn. She'll bark like that until my white brother in. Just for me to let her out 3 minutes later, 4 minutes later. It's ridiculous. I have no. Stubborn. She's stubborn. She's stubborn with my wife. She ain't stubborn with me because she know I don't play. I say no, I mean no. See, that's what Yahuah is. Yahuah says, keep my commandments. Right? You say, no, we won't. Yahuah says, okay, I'm going to correct you. You say, I don't want to do what you want me to do. I want to do it the way I want to do it. I want to act the way I want to act. I want to say what I want to say. You said, okay, I'm going to correct you. I'm going to bring judgment on you. See, because, he told Moshe, he said, listen, these stubborn, wicked people, I'm ready to destroy them and start a nation with one person. Now this led to the literal elimination of 3,000 souls. Because these stubborn niggas wanted to do what they wanted to do. No, this is not how that program runs. He was like, no, this is not how this runs. This is not how this goes. This is not what's going to happen, right? You are going to get an opportunity to do right. But if you want to persist and be stubborn, judgment. If you want to persist with your stubbornness, with your stiff-neckedness, with your rebellion, get ready, because it's going to come. Correction. See, and our fathers was corrected, boy. Listen. They went into captivity. They thought that they could do what they wanted to do. Right? King thought he could do what he wanted to do. Threw Jeremiah into jail. Prison. They thought they could do what they wanted to do. They can go up against Babylon. Even though Yahuah told him, said, listen, no, Yahuah said, don't go up against them. Submit. Go into captivity. And if you do, I'll take care of you. Oh, no. What? No, I ain't going into captivity. We gonna fight. That battle didn't go well and they took off. And then they pursued them. And they killed him. Right? And the king took the king and killed all his sons right before. And then they put his eyes out. King of Yahudah put his eyes out. The last thing he saw was his sons dying. That's a permanent memory etched into his brain. He ain't gonna see nothing else after that. Yahuwah's judgment. Because you wanted to be stiff-necked. Because you wanted to be rebellious. Because you didn't want to listen to what he said. Right. He's calling you to circumcise the heart. Circumcise your heart. Repent. Get under the atonement. I would that Yisrael would repent. Sometimes Yahuwah said he would, said his children would repent. But he knew that they wouldn't. Because what's he do? Because he declared the end at the beginning. He knew what was going to happen before it even started. He was already there at the end. Yahuwah seen me. Right here, right now, this minute, this second. He knows what's going to happen with me in the future. He knows I'm going to be out of Babylon. Look, me and my ox, man. We taking our families if they want to go. We ain't making nobody. If you want to stay, you stay. Babylon. Babylon, it's going to be destroyed. This daughter, this whore, this harlot, it's going to be destroyed. It's going to be wiped down. It's going to be canceled. Stubborn. Hear the word of Yahuwah. Yashar'el and Yahudah. Right? Don't be stubborn. Repent. Be born again of the water and the Ruach HaKodesh. And you're going to struggle with your nature wanting to take dominance, to usurp itself again. He's going to work with your emotions. That's the time. That's self-talk. The conversations he be having with you in your head. Right? Got to cast those things down. You got to renew your mind with the word of Yahuwah. You got to pray. You got to fast. You got to stop, drop, and roll. You got to stop, pray, and read. Search Yahuwah in the scripts to gain knowledge in this Yeshua by this Ruach HaKodesh. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, I have seen this people, and behold, it is stiff-necked. Right? Right? Let's look at another scripture. Deuteronomy 10:16. Right? Actually, let's start at the 10th, at the first verse of the 10th chapter of Deuteronomy. At that time, Yahuwah said unto me, hew these 2 tablets of stones like unto the first, and come up unto me into the mount, and make thee an ark of wood. And make thee an ark of wood. Right? So listen. You got to do something. Got to come back up with them stones. Right? And I will make an ark of shipping wood, and hew 2 tablets of stone like unto the first, and went up into the mountains, having the 2 stones in my hands. Right? And he wrote on the tablets, Yahuah, according to the first writings of the 10 commandments, right? Which Yahuah spake unto me in the mountain out of the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. And Yahuah gave them unto me, right? And I turned myself and came down from the mountain and put the tablets in the ark which I had made, and there they be as Yahuah has commanded me, right? And the children of Israel took their journey to Besroth of the children of Anaqiym and Morijah, and Aaron died. Right? And Eleazar, his son, ministered in the priest's office in his stead. And thence they journeyed to Gudath, and from Gudath to Jobath, to the land of rivers of water. Right? At that time, Yahuah separated the tribe of Levi to bear the ark of the covenant, and Yahuah, the ark of the covenant of Yahuah, to stand before Yahuah unto the minister unto him, and to bless his name unto this day. Right? The Levites, set apart, right? Eleazar, the son of Noah, right? Wherefore Levi have no part nor inheritance with the children, with the brethren, and Yahuah his inheritance, and Yahuah is his inheritance, according to Yahuah, thy Elohah promises him. So, that's it, point blank period. Levi has no inheritance except that which Yahuah has given him. And Yahuah has given him from all the tribes. Right? So he says here, and I stay in the mountain according to the first time 40 days and 40 nights. And Yahuah hearkened unto me at that time also, and Yahuah would not destroy thee. Right? Right? Yahuah hearkened unto me at that time, and he told me, you going forth, he ain't going to destroy you. Right? And Yahuah said unto me, Yahuah said unto me, arise, take journey before the people, that they may go in and possess the land which I swore unto their fathers to give unto them. Right? And now, Yashar'el, what doeth Yahuah require of thee? What Yahuah want from you? Right? But to fear Yahuah, thy Elohah. Right? And walk in all his ways. He is the way. Yahusha is the way. Torah is the way. He said, walk in my ways and love him and serve Yahuah thy Elohah with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy heart and with all thy soul. Right? To keep his commandments of Yahuah and his statutes which I command thee this day, for thy good. Keep them because it's going to be for your own good. Because if you don't keep them, you ain't going to get good. You're going to get got. You're going to get got by those that are in the land, and Yahuwah is going to judge you. Bring judgment, right? He says, behold, the heavens and the heavens of heavens is Yahuwah, thy Elohah, the earth with all that is therein. Only Yahuwah has a delight in thy fathers to love them. And he chose their seed, your fathers, Avraham, Yitschaq, and Jacob. Right? He chose them. He chose their seed, 12 tribes, after them. Above all the people, as is this day. So all the people of the earth, he chose the seed of Yaakov, seed of Yashar'el, Yisrael, right? For only Yahuah had a delight in thy fathers to love them. Yahuah loved Avraham. He loved Yitschaq. He loved Yaakov, right? And he chose their seed after them above all the people, as is this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart. Circumcise the foreskin of your heart. And be no more stiff-necked. For Yahuah, your Eluah, is Eluah of Eluahs. And Yahuah of Eluahs, Adonai's, is great Eluah, and mighty and terrible, which regardeth not persons, nor takes rewards. Right? He doeth execute judgment on the fatherless and widows, and loves the stranger, and giving him food and raiment. He loves the stranger, giving them food and raiment. Love ye therefore the stranger. Now the stranger, he's speaking of those that are sojourning among them. He ain't talking about the strangers that he's going over to the land to have them destroyed. He's talking about the strangers that are those that are amongst the nation of Yashar'el, right? Who aren't Israel, who are not of the 12 tribes. But they take pleasure in being in the midst of Yahuah Eluah and serving Yahuah Eluah. See, that's why, yeah, you can't make no, you can't write nobody out that wants to be in. You can write everybody out that don't want to be out. But everybody that wants to be in, you can't write them out. Yahuah don't write in people that don't want to be righted in. He said, he doeth execute judgment of the fatherless and the widow. He loveth the stranger. He loveth the stranger, and giving him food and raiment. Love ye therefore the stranger. I mean, I got Gentiles that are on my page, right? Right. I love them. I mean, they're brothers and sisters, actually. And the only reason why I refer to them as Gentiles is because, it's because that's genealogically what they are, just like we're Israel. I love them as brothers and sisters. I get encouragement from them. I get encouragement from non-Hebrews more than I do Hebrews. Yes. I love the Gentiles. I love the strangers. I do. I love them. I love them. Thou shalt fear Yahuah thy Eluah, and shall thou serve to Eluah. Him shalt thou serve, and to him shalt thou cleave, and swear by his name. Man of Yah, woman of Yahuah. Don't be stiff-necked. You got to come into this witness. You got to receive the seed of Yahuah. You got to be born again of the water of Ruach HaKodesh. You got to be Yahuwah's example in the Eretz. They don't know you by your love. They don't know you. Stiff-necked, stubborn, hard-hearted, right? Rebellious, always fighting against the truth. You're going to die and go to hell. You're going to be destroyed in Babylon. You need to get a clue. You need to get a clue. Man, if y'all woman, you need to get a clue. You need to get a clue. Right? Greater than Gentiles. Yahuwah has blessed you. Yahuwah has made provisions for you. Right? You have to walk in this. You have to cleave to this. Right? You got to cleave to this. You got to cleave to this. You got to stand on this. Right? You have to. You have to. Listen, we gonna bring it to a close. And we gonna go out with freedom's wins. 1.5. Hear ye, Babylon is fallen. And you who are stiff-necked and rebellious and don't want to flee, depart, leave, you gonna fall with it. You who the stiff-necked, stubborn people aren't going to make it. You aren't in this witness, ain't gonna make it. Abba Yahuwah, I give you praise for the Ruach HaKodesh, the water and the blood. I give you praise for your word that has gone forth and unto you will not return void. Abba Yahuwah, I praise you for this witness. I pray that this people that you have called to receive this word would understand the importance of it, and that they would stay true to it. They would stay true to it. They would stay true to it. In the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Abba Yahuwah, I pray that the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart, will be acceptable into thy sights. O Yahuwah, my strength and my redeemer. Freedom's Win 1.5. Anaqiym, Hezekiah, the prophet of Yahuwah. We're going out with him. I don't own the rights to this music. Man of Yah, woman of Yah, listen. That's all I got. We the people of the book broadcast is going down on this Shabbat. And we give Yahuwah praise. And we looking forward to the 19th. We going together and have our peace off, right? We will be baptizing folk. Hallelujah. I'm looking forward to it. The work and the service of you. We bought this. Man of Yah, woman of Yah, listen, with that I say, listen. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, and be blessed.
Torah Garden, speaking the absolute truth. Torah Nation.